You don't need $1 million net worth to eat at McDonald's, but if you want a treat at the world's most expensive restaurants, you have to have a fat bank account. From Aragawa restaurant in Tokyo to Ita Undersea in the Maldives, here are the world's top 10 most expensive restaurants. Number 1. SUBLIMOTION, Ibiza, Spain. SUBLIMOTION is at the top of the list because it is different from the others. This restaurant tries to treat food as a work of art. People have called it futuristic, exciting, and just plain strange. Artists, designers, engineers, scriptwriters, and magicians all work together, resulting in a 3-hour banquet that the average person's imagination could never imagine. The word capsule is used to describe the dining room, and before the dining show starts, there is nothing there. The room changes completely after, and guests can move through time and go to different places. Diners even get a virtual reality headset that takes them to more businesses from other worlds. This multi-sensory experience is also a culinary delight thanks to Chef Paco Roncero and other well-known chefs who work together to make the perfect meals. A meal costs as much as $2,000 per person. Number 2. Per Se, New York. The second most expensive restaurant in the world launched in 2004 and is Chef Thomas Keller's second restaurant to get 3 Michelin stars. They charge as much as $900 per person. So what kind of food can you get there, and why is it so expensive? Every day, there are 2 tasting menus and 9 courses on the chef's tasting menu. The second is a 9-whole course. The best ingredients are used and none are used more than once. Per Se also has a list of 2,000 wines that have won awards, and you will definitely find something you like. If you don't like wine, they have the best single malt, whiskies, scotches, liquors, and classic cocktails. Number 3. Ultraviolet, Shanghai, China. In 2012, French chef Paul Perret and the Vol Group opened this unique, very pricey restaurant. It is a unique restaurant because it only has 1 table with 10 seats. The seating idea is the best for those who don't want too many people for their birthday party. The dinner menu has more than 20 courses, and the dining room is out of this world. There are no paintings, views, artifacts, or other decorations on the walls, but the room has high-end multi-sensory technology to improve the guest's experience. This room has 360-degree well-beamed speakers, dry scents, projectors, UV lighting, and a speaker system with more than 1 channel. Perret wanted to stimulate what he calls his psycho taste. This means that eating can be a way to get to the mind. It all sounds a bit scary, but according to popular experience, the food is good. Or maybe your mind is playing tricks on you and making you think it is. Perret is a well-rounded chef who has worked in many areas, including Sydney, Istanbul, Hong Kong, and Paris, so you can trust his expertise. Their meals cost between $570 and $900 per person. Number 4. MASA, New York City. Just to give you a heads up, the meals here cost up to $1,000. That's someone's paycheck. MASA is a Japanese sushi restaurant owned by chef Masa Takayama. The food enthusiast became interested in food very young and first brought fresh sashimi to people in Tochigi, Japan. Later, he started cooking and got better at it until he became a skilled chef. There are 26 seats in MASA restaurant, and you must make a reservation long in advance, or else you won't get a seat. The restaurant's atmosphere is based on the idea of Shibuya, which means it is about refined beauty that does not change with time or society. All parts of the MASA experience are based on Shibuya's simple, natural way of living things, and sense which is never complicated or fake. There are branches of seasonal plants all over the restaurant, and the easy design makes it easy to see the meals as the most critical work of art. Chef Takayama uses a mix of seasonal and unusual ingredients like omi beef and truffles. Some of the fish comes from Japan, which he flies in. The meals are made in a way you can taste all the ingredients. Yummy. Number 5. Maison Pique, Valence, Paris, France. The Maison Peak restaurant is a topic for vacationers who don't mind splurging on a plate of food, as long as it's worth it. This top 5-star hotel and its favorite restaurant have been in the same family for many years. The decor is exquisite. The main room is built around the crystal chandelier, and guests can choose from 3 different settings depending on their tastes. In these dining rooms, you can also enjoy colors like coated grays and powdered pinks that are calm and feminine. There is also some greenery which adds a nice touch of nature. The food is just as good as the atmosphere. Heavenly. If you've got $445, you should check them out. Number 6. Restaurant de l'Hôtel de Ville, Switzerland. Chef Frank Giovannini's creativity makes this restaurant so popular, as he is the mind, heart, and soul behind everything. He had to follow some outstanding chefs, so he had big shoes to fill. Freddy and Benjamin Girardot opened the restaurant in 1953 and became famous quickly, and their food became popular worldwide. Their reputation kept improving, and now Restaurant l'Hôtel de Ville is known as one of the best restaurants in the world. When Giovannini took over the restaurant in 2016, he tried to give his guests a simple and classy experience. He buys his meat from Swiss hunters and cooks it with local vegetables. People have said that the texture of the food and the way the flavor goes together are perfect, which is why people keep coming back for more. There is also a great choice of Swiss and French wines. Since 1998, the restaurant has maintained its 3 Michelin stars, which is unsurprising. Overall, the $415 per person is worth it. Number 7. Guy Savoy, Paris. There has to be an expensive restaurant from Paris on this list, and Guy Savoy represents the most beautiful city so well. The French chef who gave this restaurant his name also has a restaurant in Las Vegas, Gordon for those who can't make it to Paris. Savoy pays more attention to taste and has made dishes like iced poached oysters, layered truffles, mushrooms, brioche, and artichoke soup, with black truffles becoming its signature dishes. The people who work there are charming and the place is stylish and comfortable. You can see the Zen, Louvre, Bonhoeffer, and Institute of France, all of which are beautiful. All of that is for $625. This is the kind of place you'd love to be. Best of all, it's Paris. How sweet. Number 8. Kicho Arishiyama, Kyoto. This fancy restaurant is one of the best in Japan, and the Japanese culture is a part of this experience. In traditional Japanese, kaiseki is well known as a multi-course dinner. Kaiseki means breast pockets in Japanese, which was first used before 1500. When monks were hungry, they put warm stones close to their stomachs and robes, making people think of comfort. Kaiseki is now described as food for a gathering and the bosom stone in the food. You need special skills and know how to make these meals look good and cook them correctly. Yukitechi started Kicho Arishiyama in 1948, and his grandson Tokioka Konyo owns it. Some of the meals at this restaurant are served in seashells that have been painted gold, making them stand out. The shelves are set up on a Hassan wooden box in a way that looks more like art than food. You can eat a complete meal, and if you have a special location to celebrate, the staff would be happy to help you. You have to make reservations ahead of time, and the price per person starts at $350. There are taxes and service fees that you have to pay, so be ready to spend a lot of money. Number 9. Aragawa, Tokyo. $260 to $500 per person. No one would have thought an old office building's basement would be home to one of the most expensive restaurants in the world. The best thing about this place is the beef, which is the best anywhere. They serve Kobe beef from cows in the very special Yoga Prefecture. What makes it unique? Every day, their caregivers give them a hand massage, take them for a walk, brush them, and pet them. Also, they give the cows a bottle of beer every day. The outside of the restaurant is pretty, but the inside is even more beautiful. You will find that you have returned in time because of the soft sofas, velvet carpets, old chairs, and fine bone china. This restaurant only has 6 tables, and there is no written menu. The waitstaff reads out the daily menu. First you choose an appetizer, and next comes the house salad, a steak dish, and coffee or tea. fancy. Number 10. IBIZA Undersea, Maldives, $320 to $390 per person. Dining in a world of turquoise and blue with sea creatures flying over your head will sound like a dream, but not to those who have visited the IBIZA Undersea restaurant. IBIZA Undersea is the first restaurant in the world to be built underwater. The restaurant is 5 meters below sea level, which looks like a simple wooden hut from the outside. But once you get downstairs and look around, you'll be blown away by the view. The transparent roof lets you see beautiful things you have only seen while snorkeling or scuba diving in the Caribbean. On their website, they say they have panoramic views of coral, gardens, and fusion menus with fine wines to go with them. Some people get married there or have parties, but if you go on a regular day, you can enjoy modern European and Asian for at least $320 per person. Your sex course meal will probably include caviar and Viagra and a delicious dessert. What's the plan for dinner? Where do you want to enjoy the extravagance of exquisite cuisine? I'm jetting off to IBIZA Undersea for a treat. Life is too short not to have good meals.